Thanks for coming to F8 all the way from Chicago and Colorado. I guess what I wanted to do to start out was basically hear a little bit about yourselves individually and what company you're coming from.
Sure. So Matt and I both work for Orbitz, and we are both on the mobile team. So Orbitz is a travel company that is working to help our customers book their vacations. So on the mobile team, we're just working to have them be able to book their vacations and have a great cross-device experience as they're traveling. So if they're booking on their mobile phone and taking it with them while they travel, we want to be with them the entire trip. So I'm Megan Hughes. I'm the Director of Product on the mobile team at Orbitz. So I'm working on both the apps and our mobile web, tablet web, and desktop sites.
I'm Matt Sellers. I'm the Principal Engineer on the iOS team. I get to work with a great team of talented engineers and designers to bring our award-winning Orbitz for iPhone app and iPad app out there.
Okay, cool. And what brings you out here today?
Yeah, so we've been working with Facebook for a little while on the Facebook login products, and we wanted to come out to the F8 event. We recently started working with you guys at Parse, so we were excited just to hear more about what's coming and the new stuff that would be announced today.
And how did you hear about Parse? Parse is a 3-year-old company. You guys are a big travel company that provides services for a lot of people. How did this happen?
So I actually came across Parse in discussions with other developers who are developing mobile apps, and they'd recommended it to me because it's so simple to build app features without having to focus on the back-end services that support your application.
Okay. And is it, what's the focus for you guys? Is it mostly that you needed to have additional tools like push or analytics, or is it helping the developer time sort of get reduced?
So in our app, the big thing was being able to develop a feature quickly. So when an Orbitz user pulls up our iOS app and they do a flight search or a car search or a hotel search, that search gets stored in the search history, and that search history is now stored in Parse. And so when we use Parse to be able to store this information, that user can then switch to their other device later on, and they see that their search history synchronized across their devices. So now they're just one tap away from getting back into that search without having to enter all that search criteria. We also use push notifications through Parse. So when a user is traveling and they have a flight that day, we're able to update them via push notifications about their flight status.
Yeah, so from a product perspective, using Parse has been really great. The developers can come and say, we can have something up and running, in a matter of hours or days, as opposed to, things that take weeks and months to build. So it's been great to kind of get the features out, see how our customers are using them, so we can make changes as we go.
Cool. Can you guys talk a little bit more about the push notification system that you've used and incorporated into Parse, and more specifically how it ties to this Orbitz platform and why it's helpful for your customers?
Sure. So when someone's traveling, we have a system that knows that they're traveling that day. It sends a push notification out to their devices and tells them what the current status is. So if it's on time, it says your flight's on time. If it gets delayed or canceled, it tells them that information. When they pull the notification up in iOS, they can tap onto that notification, and it will put them into the app onto the flight status, so that they can monitor that flight status themselves.
Cool. Are there any future enhancements to push that you guys see utilizing on top of what you're currently doing? And then also, are there things that you would like to see Parse doing for push?
So from a product perspective with push, we're definitely looking to continue to expand it. We know that travel, there's a lot of stuff going on the day that you're traveling. So, right now integrated with the alerting system that we have. So we're definitely going to continue to look at ways that we can expand push to make it relevant for the customers when they're traveling.
And you mentioned that you have a number of platforms that are using Parse so far. So you have the mobile app. What kind of expansion are we talking about in terms of platforms going forward? Are you going to use desktop, any kind of desktop or web type functionality from Parse?
Yeah, so I think we're looking at the ways that we can expand it. So we've launched last week, our iOS app launched into the App Store across our iPhone and iPad app. So the features that Matt was talking about with the saving searches and the push notifications, those are across both of those iOS devices. In the future, we're looking, at how we roll it out across our different app platforms, as well as looking at the ways that we might be able to use it on our websites as well.
Anything to? I don't know if you have anything. To add.
Aside from push, we actually do sharing in the app, so that when you are searching for a hotel, you can actually share that hotel via Facebook to specific friends to get feedback on a hotel that you're looking at potentially booking.
Okay.
And when you're traveling and you have a flight that day, you can share your flight status out to one or more friends so that they can monitor your flight status for you in the Orbitz app.
Okay. So obviously this is a conference geared at developers, and we obviously love developers at Facebook and Parse. And I'm curious, from your experience having used Parse so far, what are the types of things you would say to other developers, other potential, product managers and CXOs that are considering it?
So from a development perspective, just the ability and the power that it gives one developer to build a feature and iterate on that feature and get a tangible product out to that people can use. It's absolutely amazing how powerful it is. I would definitely recommend other developers to go look at Parse. It's free to sign up, and it's got a really simple API, and it's available across many languages. Developers, check it out.
Cool.
And from a product perspective, like I was mentioning before, it's really great to be able to get a feature out the door really quickly and get feedback on it. It's always a struggle, when we're defining features to determine, how much investment to put in initially without having that quick feedback. So it's been really great, the speed that Matt talks about with the low investment from a developer perspective to be able to launch features that we're really interested in and quickly figure out how customers are using them.
Awesome. I know that today one of the features products rather, that we launched that's getting incorporated into Facebook and Login and Parse is the app links. So I'm curious, for you guys, where do you see app links fitting into the Orbitz app and the general app ecosystem? Why would it be beneficial for you guys?
Yeah, so we're really excited to learn more about the app links feature. From a product perspective, this is a really difficult problem to solve. We have the web ecosystem and customers coming from different marketing channels and emails, and we know we have an award-winning app, and customers from who book using the Orbitz app are earning more Orbucks, and they're getting a really slick user experience. So we want to get them into the app as much as possible, and having a feature like app links, we're really just hearing about it a couple hours ago, we're really excited to check it out and see how we might be able to utilize it to get those customers into our apps more easily.
Gotcha.
From a development perspective, it really seems like it's filling a missing gap in deep linking in general between all the platforms. Having played around with deep linking in apps, it's definitely a hard thing to do when you're trying to do it cross-device and cross-platform.
Gotcha. What kinds of stuff do you think that either Parse or Facebook, are there things that you guys think we should be considering doing in the future for Parse specifically? Whether that's for analytics or push notifications. This would be a really interesting feature to add, or this is something that we keep running into that is really difficult. So another example I think would be maybe even the local store data stuff that we launched today. Mm-hmm. What might you guys do with the local data store stuff? Is that helpful offline?
I think the local data store is a neat idea. It's nice to be able to. Developers are doing sort of local data stores themselves. This gives them sort of a seamless way to do it within Parse, and hopefully handle it nice and elegantly for them.
Okay. Product-wise, do you think there's anything that Parse needs to do, or that we should be doing?
Going off script a little here, no. I don't have a prepared answer. No, that's okay. So far we've definitely been impressed with working with Parse, and the features that you guys have provided have definitely fit a need that we were having at the time we were having it. So I think we're just excited to continue working together and finding those opportunities where we have needs that you guys can fill for us.
Cool. Yeah, I don't really have any other questions.
Okay.
All right.
So
thanks for having us.
Like
yeah,
10
thanks
minutes.
for having us. We are, yeah, we're really excited to continue working together.
Yeah, and thank you for coming in today and coming to our conference and talking about Orbitz. This is really exciting. Thank you, guys.
Cool. Thanks.
Cool.